The last gradebook setting that we want to talk about deals with creating gradebook categories. Everything that we're about to do is optional if you're connecting your course to Canvas, because you'll be using the Canvas gradebook to sort and weight assignments into different categories. But I find it helpful to do this in MyOpenMath as well, especially if you were running a course exclusively through this platform without connecting to Canvas or another LMS. But it's also just helpful for organizing the information and getting a snapshot of where students are sitting. If we look at this first row in the gradebook, we can see a weighted total. So this 0% right now, since no one in the class has completed any assignments, will update as students do complete assignments. And if we complete what we're going to walk through in this video, we have a more accurate picture here in MyOpenMath. That we should also see the exactly accurate picture in Canvas, but it's helpful to have that. And also what we have as we continue looking through these rows are different gradebook categories, where I have, for instance, the final proctored exam weighted at 20%, homework weighted at 10%, and right now all of these categories are collapsed, but I could expand those, and then I would see all of those homework assignments with the option to change their settings or isolate that assignment to just look at that particular assignment and how students performed on it. The first row after those headers is averages for those assignments. Since I moved that to the top, we had that option in the gradebook settings. So I can see averages for assignments as those start to get completed. So we can collapse that again, and what it does is, again, sort of gives us an easier view to manage and allows us to get that more accurate picture of how our students are performing just looking at MyOpenMath and not at Canvas. I already have this course populated with gradebook categories, but they're easy to add. We simply go into the gradebook settings and add a new category. And we could call this whatever we want. I'll call it demo category. By default, you can choose to have that hidden, expanded, or collapsed. I'll go with collapsed because it saves us some viewing space in that gradebook view. The scaling is optional. I've never set anything there, but you certainly can. And then you can choose to calculate the total using points or averaged percent. You can choose to drop or keep the lowest or highest number of scores. Doing this won't impact scores in Canvas. It'll only impact the gradebook in MyOpenMath. So again, if you are looking at dropping assignments, that's something you want to manage in the Canvas gradebook if you're connecting to Canvas. And then you can assign a category weight. Let's say 5%, which now puts my course over 100%, but we're just adding this as a demo. Once I've added that category, I can click Save Changes. And I don't actually see it popping up here because I haven't added any assignments to it. Once we get into creating assignments though, we'll see an option for how we can assign a particular assignment to one of these categories. Then that category would show up here and allow us to expand or collapse to see the particular assignments in that gradebook category.